Hello again. I thought I would show you the books I bought, not in Hamburg, even though I wanted to, but it turned out we really didn't have the time to do any book shopping. But around the city I've been shopping a few books here and there, and I just thought I would show them to you. The first one is Almond, and I've been wanting to read this one for a very long time, but somehow it was never there when I actually tried to find it in a bookstore. This is a story about a person who grows up having alexithymia, which is a condition where you don't feel feelings like other people do. It's all a bit subdued and you feel a bit more numb. And basically it's the story of this person growing up, and it really spoke to me because, again, it has been on my reading list for quite a long time, but now I finally saw it in store. This was perfect, and I immediately knew I had to get it when I finally saw it. The second book is one that hasn't been on my radar at all, actually, even though this was nominated for the Booker Prize in 2022. That's what initially also drew my attention to it. Also the fact that I found the title Treacle Walker quite interesting and intriguing, and when I read the excerpt on the back, I was basically convinced to buy it. It was super expensive though, it was like 17 euros, which is not fair for a book of about 200 pages, but I guess that's just how it goes. And it's basically about the friendship of a young boy and a rather old man. I don't know anything else about the book, but yeah, it intrigued me and I wanted to get it. The next book I didn't actually buy, but I lent it from my grandma, so thanks to her. I now have the Maid, which has been greatly praised all over social media. I've seen quite a few people talk about it, and it's a murder mystery where a maid, if you haven't guessed that already, finds a dead guest in one of the rooms, and then she starts doing some detective work and finds out the murderer in the end. And I think this is just going to be a fun, quick read for days when you can't really concentrate on too big of a story. For example, the last 2 books, Almond and Treacle Walker. Yeah, and I think this is going to be really fun, and a lot of people have recommended this and loved it, and that's why I'm sure it's going to be great. Lastly, I have a book I have never heard anything about in my life, and it's To Rise Again at a Decent Hour, but the title immediately drew me in because I assumed that it would be about a person who's depressed, and from the excerpt I think that's also what it's about, but the main storyline is that a dentist finds out he has an impersonator online. There's a person who joined some sort of cult and is preaching about it. The dentist finds out that he uses his name and his person to preach about it, and then he finds out that the fake him seems to be a much better and happier person than he is himself. And I thought this was a very funny concept, and so I thought I could just give it a go and see how it is. Sometimes you find a hidden gem and sometimes it sucks, but I hope this is gonna be a good one. And these were all the 4 books I bought recently, and I would like to know if you have read any of them or if you can recommend them. And if you can't recommend them, please don't tell me I still have to read them. But yeah, that's it, and I will see you next time.